Welcome to another Royal Mike's universe at this day, and where today we have for the last video from this day from that isn't gonna be to do this like ever that we're just gonna be trying to scroll down. And last time we did absolutely for the 15 questions on who's more likely than anything else. But now it is gonna be time for about 10 questions trying to do so, and it's not going to be going to be very quick, and it's not going to be going for around here, so let's going to be using around 10 questions instead of 20. So let's jump into who's more than likely. And the first question is, who deserves legendary costume? It's going to be Gim Cookie. Who's more likely to kill itself from food poisoning? I think this is absolutely who's more likely to die from food poisoning? This is gonna be the second question. And even there is no poison in the food, it will be cherry cookie. I think I just got a little bit wrong. Who's secretly a good artist? It was birthday cake. Who's more likely to crash a private party drunk and still have a good time? I think he's gonna be crash a private party. Dinosaur. This is actually it is. Who's more likely? Who would have a better singing voice? Could be Mint Choco. Whose voice sounds better in any language? Well, actually, that stays for honor. Night Cookie as well. So, who will be the better antagonist? Peppermint. Who give them parallels? Who's more likely to start flying with? Witchberry. And the television, and who broke the television, or broke the television in a fit of rage? Right. Who would be the better antagonist or the antagonist? Butter Pretzel. Who's more likely to defeat the Avatar of Destiny? Litchi Dragon. Who would get along well in the Ancient Heroes? Prop Het. Who's your best friends? Is gonna be Carol. Likely good. Who's more likely to laugh? Who's more likely to laugh at dumb stuff? It's gonna be going for Squid Ink. Unless he's not too funny enough as well. Who's secretly a really good artist? Is unlike Lickery. Who's more likely to sing? Who's more likely to spin? It was Almond. Who's more likely to luck winning a bike race against Shuffle Cookie? Captain Caviar. Who will go further in a physical competition? Elder Fairy. Who just pinged everyone? Frail Jellyfish. Walmart Cookie needs some help to solving a case. Will you be a better assistant? It's absolutely gonna be going for cheerleader. Who is less likely to have a crush on another cookie? Oh, I mean, this is not gonna be going for around here. Mercurial Knight. Who's more likely to get in a Twitter agreement? Cauliflower. You're going on a trip around the earth, bread. Who you try to be your travel partner? This is gonna be for most likely 20 questions or something. It will be Pudding Cookie. Who will you cry during a romantic movie? Gumball. I think it is. Whose LORE would you want to know more about? Who you want to more know about for this one? Sugar Swan. Who's more eatable? It was Alchemist. Who has more fan artists? Pataya Dragon. Who's more likely to crash a party drunk once again? It's going to be Logan Dragon. It is. Give them violins. Who plays it better? Crowberry. Who's more than trauma than the other? It was gonna be Lenser or her for this thing. So I'm gonna be getting Lenser Cookie as well. And the most suspicious question was Lilac Cookie. Who's lazier? Shine and glitter. Who caused the New Year's explosion? Carrot? Who and is gonna be sounds better than any language. Unfortunately, Candy Diver can't talk. He was just a ghost. Unfortunately, he died somewhere down in the ocean. But I better using a cherry bomb cookie. Who will die immediately in Among Us? That could be Choco Bar. It was not my mother. And who you want to know more about for just about here? Dark Cacao. Who's more likely to waste their food if given the chance? With pomegranate cookie. Who want to choose your group to project partner? Avocado. Who's more likely to be forgotten and actually middle child? Gingerbread. Who's more likely to have pronos in their job? Spinach. Who contributed more into the cookie society? Language chat. Who's less likely to have a crush on another cookie? Sugar Swan. Who's most likely to cry? Who's more likely to cry? Like anything else? Princess Cookie. Who's more likely to enjoy living in the Vanilla Kingdom? Abyss Monoruch. Oh god, Gingerbread has been eaten by the witch. Who became the new Cookie Run mascot? Mercurial Knight, once again. Who's more likely to be that one student? Or who's more likely to be that one student who tells the teacher she forgets to give them homework? It will be Milky Way. Who leaked the next update? I think this is not gonna be going for around here. Hollyberry. I think I'm just started to get a little bit shocked because all of those players or the players are just being shocked like this from that answer. Who wouldn't keep a secret? Adventure Cookie? Alright, this is gonna be for a 7 questions left. Who's more self-conscious about their own appearance? This is gonna be going for Angel Cookie. Who's that one friend on your group project who doesn't do anything? Affogato. Assuming the feathers or the fathers, who will bring them by the milk home first? Carrot. Who's more likely to get a blackout drunk at parties? I think this is gonna be going for Ananas Dragon. Who's more likely to win a Squid Game? Chocoball. It's not my father, but it is. Who's more likely to get out of an escape room? It will be Wind Archer. Who would prefer the lower city to the upper city in Creme Republic? White Ghost. On the upper city as well, or the lower city. Who's more likely to put on a maid costume? Vampire. If these two were human size, if you must fight one of them, who you pick a better chance of winning? Custard Cookie the Third. The Time Balance Department is looking for new recruits. Who has a better chance of joining? With burnt cheese. Who's secretly very wealthy? Was actually prune juice. Who's more likely to have a cinema for a horror movie or a horror game? Cherry Blossom. Who's more likely to run up the stairs when they turn off the downstairs light? I'm not pretty sure that I didn't adapt it for some sort of like this back in Rose Scale Sandbox like anything as well. I think this is gonna be for last 3 questions about the questions of who's more likely to use a laptop over a PC. Butter Squid. Who's more friendly was Cream Puff. I never seen that answering a question, but I never gonna be trying to do this. If these two start from any sorts of which farm could be more diverse? Unlike Herb Cookie. And that is it. before the video ends, that right here, because I might actually gonna be talking about for the comic studio what is going on, but unfortunately it was actually disabled that we're replacing a disc because it was absolutely canceled for making of this video in the comic studio for a few days, because I'm gonna be telling you something that isn't going to be to do so like anything about of the comic studio. Unfortunately, it's not under maintenance like this self, because for uploading at about for 5 megabytes has been disabled, that unfortunately for the over 5 megabytes was completely disabled from their uploads from itself, because that is absolutely for warning, unless after maintenance, unless this isn't going to be going to do like anything it was that loads slower, because they try to do their best to fixing up from not ourselves to do this. Like any itself from the comic studio, looks like they are changing the disc to take it a little bit freely as well. So we're not absolutely gonna be trying to be free as well, because I wasn't able to do this, because I'm gonna be trying to do this, but I refuse it. So that's it for today's video, and the website is gonna be linked in the description down below. And up till for a next video could be Cookie Wars. And I never believe this isn't going to be going for away for just a little bit as well. So thanks for watching and for all your support. And if you'd like for today's video for around here, if you didn't like, and about who's more than likely. Cookie challenge is probably the hardest thing, because I refuse to do for some names as well. So I'll be see you in another video for the next 2 days, unless this is not going to be getting anything as well to do this. After all, that was all that I never guessed there beyond itself. And I'll see you mini lads all later, and probably for many rail fanners. And I guess this is gonna be Turbo Concept is signing off, by the way, and I'll be doing for the next couple of videos to go until that retires for sure. Unless my computer is gonna be break down a little bit moment. Unless I'll be see you again in a flash.